I'm sure that you can ascertain that the video image or quality is not that clear. However, it serves the purpose. You know it's me. The lighting is very limited, primarily dark in this room for the most part, very limited lighting. But take note of the content contained herein. Whoever you are that's following me, that's watching me right now, I'm speaking to you very straightforward. Not often would you find a video of this nature coming from someone uh, talking about this particular subject. There are a whole lot of people in the world that are conspiracy theorists. There are people in the world that have some form of delusion and who are very opinionated and even chronic liars. Of those, I am not one. I believe in telling the truth as I comprehend the truth to be. I'm not here to worry your patience, to discourage you, nor am I here to instill any form of fear in you. I'm here right now to convey a message that I believe to be truthful. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a world today where we all have a temporary existence. We are flesh and blood, and we house within this flesh and blood vessel or temple, if you will, our spirit, the thing that makes us who we are. Our identity is whoever you are, and I am, wrapped up in flesh and blood. So, the world in which we live is a spiritual world. Whether you believe it or not, it is a spiritual world. And I do believe that there is a force at work on this planet that is not good. He is the Prince of Darkness, and of course I'm referring to Satan. Satan runs this world, this planet that we're on right now. And Satan's job is to destroy mankind. And he uses man to do exactly that. He influences man, certain men, certain factions, if you will, to destroy anything that is good, anything that is upright, anything that is wholesome. It's his job to destroy it. It is what it is. None of us ever asked to come into this world through our mother's womb. But we are here. Millions and millions and hundreds of millions of people have passed away. They've died in history. Even up until this very day, there have been many deaths across the planet. But for those of us that are still here, who have the capacity to think, to exercise free will to a great degree, we need to know that this life is temporary and that there is something beyond here. So, what am I getting at, brother teacher? Regardless of what you thought, regardless of what your ambitions are and were, they're really going to be short lived. We, as we're sitting here, wherever you might be observing this video, must realize it's a blessing to be here to even talk, to express your viewpoints. And I'm sorry, but I'm not going to say opinion. Opinions are personal, and they can be very skewed and biased. When I say viewpoint, that's what I prefer to use. But my viewpoint is based on what I have experienced and what I have been spiritually enlightened to know. It's not to place myself in any station above anyone else. I'm not the only individual, but I'm the one that's speaking with you or to you right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we are living in the last days. Some of us old or older generations have heard this since we were children, that this is the last days. God or Jesus, Yeshua, is on his way back. And this has been preached for decades. If you pay attention to the world today, if you really earnestly, honestly pay attention to the world today, you will know that our world is not going to be much longer. This is not a doom and gloom speech. This is a reality. Let me tell you this. Everything that you hold dear that's based on carnality, on material things, it's going to fade away. It's temporary. And I'm speaking to those that can hear me right now. But it's temporary. All of the gold, silver, clothing, houses, cars, jewelry, and so-called money that you can create, that you can amass and store up, is temporary. I'm speaking to everyone. The wealthiest person to the mediocre person to the poorest. It's temporary. There's going to come a time when all of you who have much are going to realize that you need those who have less than you have. And your money will not matter. Your place in life, your stature, no one will care about. We all need one another. We all have something that our neighbor needs. We do. Don't assume that you have everything. We are a human family, irrespective race, color, creed, sexual orientation. We are a human family. Now, when times get very, very difficult and hard, not for the individual alone, but for us as a nation, as a community, as a world. We will then understand the scales will fall from your eyes and you will see things as they really are. If these things have not already been unfolding to you, our world is changing right before our eyes. Right now, we have, as the scripture says in the book of Matthew, chapter 24, wars and the rumors of wars. Are we not experiencing that on this planet right now? Wars and rumors of wars. Matthew chapter 24. We have Russia attacking the Ukraine. What does that say to you? We have Russia in a secret talk and or relationship with China, both communist nations, right? We have Iran with the potential nuclear capabilities. We have North Korea with the same. We have China potentially going to attack and take over Taiwan. Still have Israel and Palestine in war. Then we are having severe weather in places that never experienced hurricanes, earthquakes, major mudslides, untold deaths, untold numbers of deaths across the planet. And our economy is on the downturn. It's not great. Our debt in America in the trillions. Is that stable? No, it is not. The attempt to indict a former president, so unprecedented, it never, ever has happened before. Why? Is it because he doesn't want to follow the so-called status quo? Is it because he really does indeed care about America? But his hands are tied and have been tied to a certain degree. And the powers that currently exist don't want him back in office because he will actually do right by the people within his power to do. How is this? All because of what? Paying off a prostitute? That's a personal civil issue, is it not? Do I really have to go any further down the rabbit hole to get you to think? Why is it in America that we are the policemen of the planet with satellites in all of these strategic places in the world, watching everyone? Why is it that we have the largest prison industrial complexes in the world? More than all of the prisons combined across the planet, we have the most. Why? Why is it that this country legalized slavery at some point on this soil? Slavery of a group of people was legalized? And why is it that slavery still does exist? Covertly, it was just simply repackaged, but it still does exist. Why? But we're free. Why is it that we're supposed to have freedom of speech, but our speech is still censored? It's not what you say, it's who you say it to and what you say it about. But we have freedom, right? Freedom to bear arms, but you are still scrutinized if you are a black person. And I use that term loosely, African American, and I use that term loosely. We're not from Africa. Black people, as we like to use the term, this is our home. We are from here. We are indigenous to the Americas. This land was taken away from the original people, and it was restructured, made to look like it belonged to another group of people. What is white supremacy? What does that mean? What does that really mean? You believe that this land is yours alone, and that we are children, we're minors, we're less than you. Have you read, those of you who have a mind, have you read the Willie Lynch letter? Have you? Some say it was just something conjured up and it wasn't based on anything that actually happened. Oh, really? Look at the dysfunction in black families. Look at the male black being taken out of his family and incarcerated for drugs, gun violence, gang violence, child support. Look at Planned Parenthood and how it's been instrumental to stop the black population from increasing. Thanks to Margaret Sanger being instrumental. Do you know anything about eugenics? We have never been free on this land. We're free if we believe that we are free. But a lot of us are behaving like slaves because we have never accepted who we were. But who are we? Our names, original names, have been taken away. Our original identity has been hidden. I'm speaking about blacks right now. It was taken away. So we don't know who we are. And so you find us trying to identify with something, trying to find out who we are. Some say they're Hebrew Israelites, they're Muslim, they are maybe even Christians, they are Jews, they're Moors, so on. All in search of who we were originally, that's been hidden from us. It's not my intent to worry your patience. This video is just simply to get us to think. Why is it if we say that we love, American people? Why is it that we have a so-called president who allows the food industry to put poison in our very food? I bet you that the elitists, that the highly wealthy don't consume what we do. Why is it that there's no cure to cancer? That is an ongoing research. How much research does it take to answer a causation problem? What's the cause? If you know the cause, then you know the cure. Could it be that they don't want a cure because there's no money in the cure? But there's money in keeping us ill and just simply managing symptoms until we ultimately die. This video is deep. Yes, it is. It would be a miracle if it remained here on this platform and was not taken down. That'd be a miracle. But I shall maintain a copy or several that I can disseminate elsewhere if peradventure it is taken down. But right now, if you have the opportunity to watch this, hold it to your heart, because herein you will find possibly your deliverance. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been lied to. Everything that we've been told when we came into this world by man was a lie. By some, it was unintentional. By others, it was very intentional. With a grand scheme, with an agenda to control the population, the whole population, through mind manipulation, through the educational system. What are you educating us to or for? To be workers for the system? What you doing? What are they doing? What is true freedom? What is it really? You that are watching this video right now, are you free? Do you even know the definition of the word free? Can you go virtually anywhere you want to from your home and travel the world without being limited, restricted, stopped? Have there been charges levied against you to prevent you from traveling the world because you have a felony? What is it that they don't want you to know if you leave this country? That you'll see something different in other nations, in other countries? That you'll find or discover the lies that have been told to you about this country? Keep them right here so that we can continue to manipulate, so that we can continue to brainwash, to manufacture lies and make them believe that this is the American way. Who's the puppet master? Who's really running this thing called America? And what's going on with this New World Order thing? New World Order. Are you not paying attention? So, what happens when there's no more money? The physical money. What happens when everything goes digital? Are you paying attention? We're going there. We're on our way there. What's happening in a world where you're being monitored? Every step you take, every aspect of your life is being observed. You're being watched. We are being watched. Our information is being taken from us. We're volunteering our information, our personal information, exposing our very lives. Some of the most intimate things about us, we're exposing it on social media. Who's behind the curtain on social media? Really? Mark Zuckerberg? Does he work for the government? Elon Musk? Does he work for the government? Does Bill Gates work for the government? Jeff Bezos of Amazon, does he work for the government? And the list can go on. All of these things, all of these companies that we are attached to some sort of way, are they in bed with the government as they're extracting the very lifeblood from you, where they know everything about you? They know everything you do. They know your family, where you live, where you bank, where you shop. What's their purpose? To control you, everything about you. And if they control you, they've got you. I learned something a long time ago. Freedom is not free. It's absolutely positively not free. It never has been free. Someone has had to die always for the sake, for the cause of freedom. That's a fact, because the powers that be are evil. They're narcissists. They're evil. They're lunatics. They're deranged human beings that care nothing about humanity as a whole, only about their agenda, and that is to have complete control of humanity. This may sound ridiculous to some, so be it. Just shuck it away as being nothing if that's how you see it. But those of you who have a spiritual mind and or inclination to dig into things, it doesn't take too much peeling away from the surface to find out that what I'm telling you is very profoundly true. What I'm saying to you is this right now, and you take it for what it's worth. As I'm sitting here, we don't have 100 years on this planet any longer. Living in the current circumstance that we're in right now, we don't have another 50 years. I firmly believe that because I pay attention to the things going on in the world. We don't have another 50 years. Unless I die in some odd incident or accident or someone takes my life, if I am still alive in the next 30 to 40 years, my own eyes will behold the change of the world to the point where man will have lost his ability to control what he thinks he has control of today. In other words, I believe it's not too far before the Creator intervenes in the affairs of man to stop man from destroying himself. We have the capability. Right now, man has amassed nuclear weapons, armament, to destroy this world many times over. It's not going to happen, but there shall be a lot of blood on this planet before it's all said and done, because man does not know how to solve its problems amicably and peacefully. They don't know what peace is. We have too many powerful nations with too much power, and they're all watching one another to see what the next move of their enemy is going to be. Will they comply with this rule? Will they overstep their bounds? All it takes is one incident to trickle into a major incident, drawing major powers into play, and then comes destruction. We think that we watch our news broadcast over the years and we see wars occurring on other continents, in other countries, in other lands. We think that it won't come to America. What happened on 9/11 in the early 2000s was just one drop in the bucket. That was nothing compared to what this country is going to experience within the next 50 years, I believe, because of our inability to control power. As I said, they don't know what peace is. It's going to take an act of God, the Creator, to save this planet, or it won't be saved. I remain prayerful for this planet, for the people. It doesn't stop what's going on right now. It doesn't stop the mayhem, the chaos across the planet. Nevertheless, I still pray, as should you. Pray for the peace of this planet, that the Most High, the Almighty Creator, limits the chaos, limits the destruction, and pray that we can see His face in peace when it's all done, and that we have a place for our children in the future and even in the next world. We need our Creator. And anyone walking around pretending that you have your life together Anyone walking around pretending that your wealth is going to save you, you are foolish. You're very foolish. No money, no amount of money can save you from the destruction that this planet is going to experience. It's simply not. But while we are here, those under the sound of my voice, you had better treat your neighbors like you want to be treated. Put away your differences and realize that it's not about you versus them or them versus you. It is about us helping one another get through the tragedies that we're about to encounter on this soil, not to mention the world. You can call this privacy if you want. Call it what you want, but it is what it is. Food cost skyrocketing. The cost of living, period, skyrocketing. Those people who claim to be middle class, not any longer. You won't even know what that is. There are people in the middle class that are on government assistance who are receiving food stamps. Never would have imagined that, would you? So what is this telling you? Get your house together. Get your houses in order right now before it's too late. I love everyone, every nationality, no matter who you are. I'm one man, one lone person making this statement. What you need to look in the mirror and ask your question is, who do I really love? Is it all about me? Or is it about us? Thank you for allowing me this opportunity to express this to you. I hope it fell on the right ears. Those of you that listen, I'm not going to apologize for the quality of the video because I know you can tell it's me. The quality of the video does not trump the content. The content is in order. Accept it for its true value and govern yourselves accordingly. Yahweh loves you, and I sincerely love you. May He continue to bless and keep you and your family and this world that we live in. This is Brother Teacher. So long.